For decades, UFO researchers were mocked. The mainstream media and even government officials would often debunk and ridicule those who looked into the subject. The irony of this being that the Pentagon and officials who work on secret projects have now been quite open about the subject, and have even gone on record as talking openly about the topic of UFOs, something that many researchers thought would never happen. This change in stance has caused some to question whether they might be releasing some important information in regards to the subject. An amateur researcher by the name of Anthony Bragalia requested a Freedom of Information letters in regards to UAPs, also known as unidentified aerial phenomena. Anthony penned a letter to the Defense Intelligence Agencies requesting details on UFO material. This included things like debris sightings and crashes. He said the following: "This could include physical debris recovered by personnel of the Department of Defense as residue, flotsam shot off material or crash material from UAPs, and also unidentified flying objects." End quote. In response to this request, the Defense Intelligence Agency shared over 150 pages of information, which included reports on a mysterious memory metal called nitinol, which remembers its original shape when folded. Interestingly, those that have researched the Roswell incident said that those who were cleaning up the crash site that day reported picking up thin pieces of material that when crushed would return to its original shape. Anthony said this document is incredible, and that it proves that the US government has retrieved advanced materials from crashes that have extraordinary capabilities. He said the following: "The Pentagon has admitted to holding and testing anomalous debris from UFOs. They have been able to learn some things about the materials of construction, which hold tremendous promise as futuristic materials which will change our lives forever." End quote. Interestingly, he said that the first Freedom of Information Act request was submitted back in 2017, and that it took over 3 years for them to reply. He went on to say the following: "The article mentioned that anomalous debris from UFOs, now called UAPs, was being analysed by a private defence contractor. Material evidence such as UFO debris has been a focus of my research. My Freedom of Information Act request was very specific, seeking the test results of UFO and UAP debris, not materials already known to science." End quote. Anthony, like many other UFO researchers, believe that government officials have collected debris from crash sites when they've been reported, and those who have looked into the subject have said there's been a handful of crashes over the last few decades. Amateur researchers have said these UFO crashes don't happen often, but when they do, one of the first to arrive on the scene is that of government officials. Anthony is interested in nitinol that was described in the document. He said the following: "The inclusion of advanced technical reports on nitinol is curious. Nitinol is a shaped memory alloy that remembers its original shape when folded or crunched, and snaps back seemingly and instantly. This memory metal characteristic was reported by many witnesses at Roswell." End quote. Back in December, the 45th President of the United States signed a $2.3 trillion relief and government funding bill. It also started the ball rolling on something else. As of that date, US intelligence agencies have just 180 days to release everything they know about unidentified flying objects, a subject that has been thrown into the limelight in recent months. The Director of the National Intelligence and the Secretary are said to have been put on the spot, and will now have to reveal everything they know about these unidentified crafts. It sounds too good to be true, but the call to action is very much real. It's stated that these documents must contain detailed analysis and descriptions of unidentified crafts that have been observed by the Naval Intelligence, and also that of the mysterious Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. Interestingly, this bill backs up what many UFO researchers have been saying for years, and this is that every other year they open up a new project in order to study and work alongside these crafts. Those who have looked into the phenomena have said that back when Project Blue Book was carried out, Officials said at the end of their investigations they didn't find anything of interest, and so shut down the program, saying that nothing was found and it wasn't worth their time and energy. However, fast forward a couple of decades and numerous UFO programs have been opened up to look into the phenomena, with researchers noting that these are only the ones we know about. It's fair to say then that government officials are interested in these crafts, and clearly think it's worth the time, effort and money to further investigate whatever these things are. Due to recent announcements in regards to this subject, it's caused some to say that UFOs need to be taken more seriously, and that the stigma around those that study them needs to be dropped, with amateur researchers saying the irony is that government officials are perhaps the ones that are most interested in these objects, spending billions of dollars over the years in order to study them and gather as much evidence as possible. Some have said the former president is going all out and wants to reveal the truth to the public about what's really going on. Others, though, within the UFO community are not sure if any information will be released, with one UFO researcher saying the following: "On paper it's very exciting that this announcement has been released, but the bottom line is that they won't release any information they don't want to. It's sad because people are getting excited by this news, and I can see why, but in my opinion, judging on how people have acted this year, and how easily offended people get, do you think we're ready to be told that we could be part of something much bigger? It's not going to happen. The only thing that will be revealed is probably a little more information on the program they were running, stuff that many of us are already aware of. In my opinion, the majority of the world certainly are not ready for the truth." End quote. So what do you make of these recent documents? Do you think the US government and the Pentagon have knowledge of these crafts? And do you think in the near future more information will be released about these unidentified flying objects? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.